Sri Gajanan Vijay Granth, Chapter 3. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. O Sachidanand, Shri Hari, be kind to me as you never had been harsh to the fallen ones. You are ocean of kindness, mother to the sufferers, and Kalpataru to your devotees. O Rama, such is your reputation as sung by saints. So Purushottama, bless this DasGanu also without delay. Shri Gajanan Maharaj stayed at Pankatlal's house. People from distant places also started coming to him for darshan. Flies gather where there is honey. They do not require any invitation. Now listen to what happened one day. Shri Maharaj was sitting in jubilant mood. It was morning time. The eastern horizon was red and birds were singing. Soft breeze was blowing and old people sitting in their beds were chanting God's name. Peeping up of the sun from the east drove away darkness. Pious married ladies were sprinkling water in their courtyard, and calves were running to the cows. At such a pleasant morning, an ascetic came for the darshan of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. With his worn out clothes, he was looking like a beggar. How can such a beggarly looking person accept good reception from the rich people sitting around Sri Maharaj? He had a small lion cloth, a kerchief around his head, and a small bag hanging from his shoulder. His dry, disorderly hair were hanging on his back. He quietly sat in one corner before Sri Gajanan, amongst many people coming for the darshan of Sri Maharaj. This poor man was totally neglected. Sitting there, he was wondering as to how to get near Sri Gajanan and touch his feet. Having heard the greatness of Sri Gajanan at Kashi, he had vowed to present Ganja to Sri Maharaj. In the first place, now he was finding it difficult to get a chance to fulfill his vow. And if at all he gets a chance, the word ganja would make him face kicks from the people around. But after all, his coming to Sri Gajanan was only for the fulfillment of the vow of offering ganja to Sri Maharaj. His vow of offering ganja was because he liked it the most and so he thought it to be the best offering. While he was thinking so, Sri Gajanan understood and pointing to him asked the devotees to bring forth that ascetic to him. He was happy to see that Sri Maharaj knew everything that was going on in his mind. Saints know everything of the past, present, and future. So he now expected Sri Gajanan to know the purpose of his coming to Shegaon. When he was brought forth, Sri Maharaj said, take out that bundle which you have been keeping in your bag for the last 3 months. Overwhelmed with joy, the ascetic started rolling like a child before Sri Maharaj. Maharaj said, shamelessly you vowed to offer ganja to me and now feel shy to take it out of your bag? The shrewd ascetic said that he would take out and offer ganja with a request that the offering be accepted permanently by Sri Maharaj as a token of his remembrance. He further said, I know that you don't need ganja, but kindly accept it as my humble offering. All desires of devotees are fulfilled by God. For example, Anjani prayed Lord Shiva to come to her womb and take birth as her child. Lord Shiva accepted and took birth as Maharudra, Hanuman. Taking a birth as monkey by Lord Shiva was for fulfilling the desire of his devotee. Sri Gajanan hesitated a bit but agreed. The ascetic then took out ganja, rubbed it in his hand, filled it in the pipe, and gave it to Sri Maharaj to smoke. That was how Sri Gajanan started smoking ganja. But he never became an addict to it. Just like a lotus leaf, he was free from attachments. The ascetic stayed there for few days and then went away to Rameshwaram. Sometimes Sri Maharaj used to recite Veda verses in sweet, clear tones, and at times observed silence. Reciting of his Vedas indicated that he was a Brahmin. Sometimes he used to sing a composition in different ragas or go on singing his mantra, Gan Gan Ganat Bote. At other times, he observed silence or quietly slept. Sometimes he behaved like a madman, or wandered in jungles or entered somebody's house unexpectedly. At Shegaon, there was a famous man by name Jan Rao Deshmukh. He was on deathbed, and all the doctors declared him as a hopeless case and accordingly told his relatives. It was a sad news to them. They prayed God, promised vows, but to no avail. So they thought of the last remedy, that is, of approaching Sri Gajanan Maharaj with belief that saints can perform any miracle. Sri Dhyaneshwar brought Sachinanand back to life, and the same can be done by Sri Gajanan for Janrao. So one of the relatives went to the house of Bankatlal, where Sri Gajanan was staying, and narrating whole story of Janrao, requested him to give Pada Tirtha of Sri Gajanan, which they would give to Janrao Deshmukh. Shri Bankatlal, with the permission of his father Bhavani Ram, took a glass of water, touched it to feet of Shri Maharaj, and told that the tirtha was being given to Jan Rao Deshmukh. Shri Gajanan Maharaj gave his consent. Thereafter, the tirtha was given to Jan Rao Deshmukh, who immediately regained consciousness and therefore slowly recovered from the illness. All the medicines were stopped, and Janrao was kept on daily dose of tirtha from the feet of Shri Maharaj. He gained his normal health within a week and went to Shri Bhavani Ram's house for the darshan of Shri Gajanan Maharaj. Look, the water from the feet of Shri Maharaj had the effect of nectar. This is so because the saints are the gods in Kali Yuga. With such a happening, one may say that nobody should die in Shegaon so long as Sri Gajanan Maharaj is there, but it is not logical. Saints do not prevent death, nor they behave against nature, but they can avoid a death if it is unnatural or accidental. Sri Jnaneshwar avoided the death of Sri Sachidanand at Nevasha, but the same Sachidanand later on had to die at Alandi. That means the saints can check unnatural or accidental death, and it is not at all difficult for them. There are three types of deaths: adhyatmic, subjective, means natural or destined; adhibhautik or phenomenal, means by material effects; adhidevik, means God sent, means accidental or unnatural. Of all these three, the first is most powerful and nobody can check it. The second, that is adhibhautik, death is the result of bad habit and undisciplined life, giving rise to various diseases in the body. But this death can be averted by the help of a competent doctor. The third, that is adhidevik death, can be prevented by prayers and blessings of saints. This category again is divided into two types: bhautik by material effect, devik by displeasure of God. Adhyatmic, that is the natural death, cannot be prevented by anybody. Remember that Abhimanyu, the son of Arjuna, died in the presence of Sri Krishna himself. Janrao's death was of unnatural type and so could be prevented by Sri Gajanan Maharaj. Some deaths can be averted by vows of offering to God, but it should be done with full faith in Almighty. In fact, it is the strength of faith itself that works to prevent the unnatural type of death. This sort of death can also be avoided by the Pada Tirtha of saint who is pious and free from the six hostile forces of life. One should surrender to a real saint only and keep away from the hypocrites. After his full recovery, Deshmukh celebrated the blessings by feeding hundreds of people at the mutt where Shri Maharaj stayed. Incidents of saving Deshmukh created problems for Sri Gajanan Maharaj, and to avoid them, he had to become rather strict and indifferent to the people. His real devotees, however, could bear with that attitude of Sri Maharaj. God Narasimha, by his very appearance, created terror in the minds of people. But Prahlad was not afraid of that outward look. Tigress is fearful for others, but not to her cubs playing in her lap. Likewise, the real devotees were not afraid of the strictness shown by Sri Maharaj. Now listen to another story. It is seen that the earth, when in contact with musk, gets its fragrance. Similarly, by mere contact of sandalwood and ordinary wood also gets its fragrance. This is quite natural, but it will be absurd if the wood thinks itself to be a sandalwood. Along with the sugar cane also grows some useless bushes. Saints and shaitans both are born on the same earth. Along with the diamonds are found ordinary pebbles too in the mines. Though found in one place, they differ in their values. Ordinary pebble cannot get the luster of diamonds, and they will simply be trampled under our feet, and the diamonds picked up. Vithoba Ghatol, like above Pebble, a hypocrite, was staying with Sri Gajanan Maharaj at Shegaon. He was dishonest and insincere, but showing off as if a great devotee. He used to call himself Kalyan of Sri Maharaj and said that Sri Gajanan depended for everything, that is, food, pipe, and other comforts on him. He was taking all sorts of advantages by his association with Sri Maharaj and boasted himself to be a bull before Lord Shiva. By his divine vision, Sri Gajanan Maharaj knew what Vithoba was doing and so taught him a lesson by following incidents. If so happened that some people came to Shegaon for the darshan of Sri Maharaj. At that time, Sri Gajanan was sleeping and nobody could dare wake him up. These people were in hurry to go but at the same time wanted darshan of Sri Maharaj. They approached Vithoba and said, Vithoba, we are in hurry to go back and want darshan of Sri Maharaj before going. All, amongst all the disciples, you are the most intelligent and nearer and dearer to Sri Maharaj. So kindly wake him up and let us have his darshan. This request flattered Vithoba and he immediately went and woke up Sri Maharaj. People got darshan, but it invited calamity for Vithoba. Sri Gajanan got a stick and thrashed Vithoba severely with it and said, You rascal, you have started business here, and if I tolerate you, I shall be guilty before God. So I must punish you. Wine should not be treated as sweet drink. Poison should not be touched, and thieves should not be made friends. Saying so, he knocked him again with the stick. Vithoba ran away and never returned again. This is how the real saints behave. Hypocrites pose as saints with the help of selfish people and misguide the public. This is an anti-social act. Real saints will always try to eliminate such elements from the society. A chaste lady will not like a prostitute as a neighbor. Gold will not like the ornaments of aluminium. Saints may accept bad people but will not give them importance. It is so because the saints realize that these people are sufferers because of their sins of previous life. It is just like the earth which allows prickly pear also to grow along with mogra. Mogra and prickly pear are both the children of earth, but they get different treatment. So also the saints will offer protection to all, but have different values to individuals. Vithoba was most unfortunate. He got the touch of the saint's feet, but unfortunately lost the same. He failed to understand the greatness of the saint. Had he realized it, he would have attained divine pleasure. By sitting under Kalpavruksha, he desired for an ordinary pebble or asked for a coconut shell from Kamdhenu. Nobody in association with saint should do like this. May this Gajanan Vijay Granth be a savior to all devotees. Shubham Bhavatu. Here ends chapter 3.